Today I wanted to share with you an exercise, a realization, an awareness, an observation that I've been working with pretty much for the past month, and I've found it so liberating, so enlightening, so confronting as well, but ultimately it's allowed me to shift through a lot of old patterns, and old patterns that don't serve me anymore, and I think that's the key. So I'll tell you a story, and then I'll give you something to do in relation to the story, which will then help you, and then you can then start to notice it and then take it out into your days. Okay? So the concept is, and most of you would have listened to some of my stuff where I suggest that you are not your mind, that your mind's a part of you, and that you are the awareness. And then awareness is actually consciousness, and there's plenty of science to point in the direction of what consciousness is. And ultimately, consciousness is this energy that flows to us and through us. So we are consciousness having a human experience. When this human vehicle expires, we will continue to be consciousness. So whether you believe that or not doesn't really matter. However, if you're open to it, then what I'm about to say will matter. If you're not open to it, that's okay. You can turn this off now. So we have consciousness, we have a mind, and then we have a body. So we have this mind, body, spirit complex in a sense, and it's the Holy Trinity in a sense. It's the Easterns talk about the mind, body connection, mind, body, spirit. So spirit needs a mind to house or to see through. The mind needs a body to sit within. The body moves around, it does its thing. Mainly the body's automatic and it's just going through life, and we're sort of directing it through our intentions. If we're not aware of our intentions, our mind will naturally direct it through the intention of safety and survival. So the body will then just follow that automatically, constantly reacting to things, reading the environment for threat, fear-based thinking, that sort of stuff. When you become aware that you are consciousness, you are awareness, that you are not your mind, then you sort of come from the perspective or the reference point that you are awareness, consciousness, spirit, soul, prana, chi, whatever you want to call it, and you have a mind. But the mind is a tool of perception for consciousness to see and experience life. So I want to talk to you about the mind today and what it's doing each and every day through our experiences. So the mind is neutral in nature. It has a programming that basically tries to keep you alive. It's not a bad mind. It's not a good mind either. It's a tool. And when you become aware that it's a tool, then you can become aware of how to use it the best. So, each and every day, your mind is running a program. The program is based upon your experiences that you've had, the beliefs that you've created, and the truths that are based upon those beliefs, which then comes from your experiences. So, in the same way that our phones, our computers are constantly having updates within their software, and we get notifications, update available, do you want it? Yes, whatever I need to do. Or no, I'm pretty happy with what I've got, or I'll do that later. The mind does the same thing. So what it does is that each and every day, it's asking you, it's just checking in with you, hey, we've been running these scripts for a period of time, do you want to continue to run them? The thing is that we don't necessarily see it that way. We sometimes see it from the perspective of the mind, that this is what I believe, and this is what I have believed, so I'll continue to believe it. And as I continue to believe it, and this is my truth, then I continue to behave in this similar way. Joe Dispenza, neuroscientist, meditation teacher, Superman basically, says that we repeat 90% of our behaviours each and every day. Now, 90% of our behaviours are driven by thoughts, so we're really repeating 90% of our thoughts each and every day. So that's habitual, yeah? And it's keeps us in this safety zone, comfort zone, space of knowing. So it's no wonder that each and every day your mind's going, hey, do we want to use this belief system, or do we want to delete it? So it's asking you the question, keep or delete. What we normally find, though, is that when we are in an experience where we have to make a decision, and sometimes we get triggered, the old belief system comes up, and we naturally just feel the emotions and then go through that process without even thinking about it. What I want to suggest to you is that next time that happens, notice what the belief system is, notice what the reactions, the urge is, the reaction is, whatever it is that you want to do, and then ask the question, hang on, does this serve me? Is this relevant to where I'm at now? Because this script seems pretty old. You know, I was brought up and taught to be a people pleaser. So I compromised my values. I was always trying to think of what I could do what I thought people wanted me to do to please them. And so that's all I did. So guilt is a big thing for me. And if I, in essence, upset somebody through some of the words that I say, because some of the words that I say can be a catalyst for growth and enlightenment, and some can be a catalyst for suffering. However, that's not my intent, and for some people it's the experience that they're having that they need to be aware of. My words have been the catalyst for them. So I can easily get caught up in, oh wow, I've upset that person, Maurice, why'd you do that for? And then I can start to feel guilty, because once again I'm the people pleaser. So if an experience comes my way and I start to feel the guilt because I think that I've upset somebody, I can start to look at that belief system that says, Maurice, go and people please. You know, you're the guilty person, you're the perpetrator. And I can start to, whoa, there comes the wind again. But there comes life as well. Thank you, life, for coming close to me. So in those moments, I can then start to look at that belief system and start to question it and go, well, hang on, in the past this has served me, but at the moment it doesn't. Because while I continue to run the script of pleasing people, I'm not being authentic within myself, I'm not being truthful, I'm not being honest to others. And in a sense, I'm not honouring myself or honouring others. So that belief system doesn't serve me anymore. So if it doesn't serve me, then can I get rid of it? Well, yeah, I can. I can delete it. But if I'm going to delete it, if I'm going to take it away, I need to replace it with something. And this is something that a lot of us don't necessarily work on. They go, yeah, that doesn't work for me, but what does work for you? So the interesting thing with this phone that I've got, if I take pictures on it and then I delete the pictures off it, it goes to a deleted picture folder. And then I need to go into that folder to then delete the pictures off that. And it asks me, do you want to permanently delete this? Yeah, sure. Now, the same thing goes with our belief system, is that here's this opportunity to check out this belief system or this truth that I've been running for a period of time, or the mind's been holding in storage, and asking if that serves me. If it doesn't serve me and it's not relevant and not pertinent to this contextual experience that I'm having, then let's get rid of it. If I am going to get rid of it, I need to replace it with something. Now, if I don't have anything to replace it with, what happens is this sits in the folder. I've got nothing to replace it with. The mind then says, we need to do something. Let's bring it back out of the folder and let's use it again. So each and every moment throughout your days, you'll come across particular experiences where you will be challenged, you'll be triggered, discomfort will arise within you. You'll automatically want to do stuff. Rather than falling prey to, this is who I am, and it's like a classic representation for temptation with, substance use. You go back into your environment, you run into old mate, comes up here, this is what I used to do in the past. Hang on, that doesn't serve me anymore. This is what I do want to do now. And so that's that keep or delete. But what happens is people fall prey to it and go, oh, I'm having temptation again. Nothing's changed. I am this. Well, let's go back to that. That's why it's hard to break old habits. It's not that the mind is saying this is what you have to do. What the mind is saying, this is what you have been doing in the past. You still want to do it. And if I've got something to replace it, there's a greater chance that I can let it go, and then I can use the new belief system. And the new belief system is, look, I'm worthy, I've changed, I want to shift, I want to move on, I want to create something, I want to expand. Whatever it is. So keep or delete. That's the question. So go through your days, have a look today, because you will be triggered today. Thank you for being triggered. And when you are triggered, notice the emotions, because remember too that I can't have an emotion without having a thought that preceded it. So I'll probably notice the emotion first, then I can then start to think of the thought that preceded the emotion. That thought will be based upon a belief system and a truth. Beliefs are possibility filters. Truths are a series of personal experiences that you've had that are saying that they're true. There's not necessarily truth in truth. They're just a group of, in a sense, made up beliefs that you've then found evidence for. Okay? If I've got a new belief, I can create a new truth, and then I can find evidence for that, because ultimately you will find it. Remember, Henry Ford said, whether you believe you're right or you're wrong, you're always right. Okay? So, I've been doing that for the last 4 weeks. It has worked wonders for me. I've been able to share it with others. I want to share it with you today. It has changed my life. I've been able to let go of a lot of old scripts. I've become more aware of my old scripts, realising that there's still work to be done, and thanking those experiences